having me today. I'm very happy to be with you only online, unfortunately. I work at Orange, the telco operator, mobile and fixed operator. And my job there is to design innovation program. What does it mean? It's designing framework where innovation can thrive and innovation team and innovators feel supported to go on and develop their innovation. I wrote a book about this way of designing innovation program, which is called the Entrepreneur Factory. It's both in French and in English, but I suppose you will prefer it reading it in English. So today, what I would like to do is to share with you some feedback from innovation program to shed light on this innovation program and see how innovation can be leveraged to transform your organization and your business. I'm going to say a word about what is innovation. So I saw in the agenda that you had previously talked about innovation. I will focus on three innovation programs I have created and conducted and see what learning come out of this program. And I will propose a design framework in order to shape the right innovation organization in your corporation. So what is innovation? When we think about innovation, we usually think about a new product like the iPhone, particularly disruptive innovation, but you can think also of innovation in terms of service, like marketplaces. Amazon Marketplace is really a new innovation in terms of service. You can think about it in terms of process. For example, if you think of the low-cost airline industry, the product is not very different. The service is a little bit different, but what is really different is the process in order to use the service. And you have also innovation that change completely, that change the utterly business model. Think of Nespresso or Swatch. They have built a new product. In the case of Nespresso, it's actually two products, the machine and the capsule. They have used new distribution channels. You have dedicated Nespresso boutique, and they have used a new business model in terms of pricing. All this is about innovation. It's about creating value for the end users and for your company. So let's go into three innovation initiatives I have conducted. I'd like first to speak about outside in, or otherwise we call it open innovation. It's a term that was coined by Henry Chesbrough in 2003, so already 20 years ago, and based on the fact that there are more innovative ideas outside of your company than inside, and that it actually makes sense to collect them. Also, we say innovation is like a parachute. It works better when it's open. So Orange is a company of engineers, so we have often a very systematic approach, and we develop several devices to capture this open innovation. Learning expedition in the Silicon Valley. IDs platform, Imagine with Orange, is a platform where consumer can share innovative ideas with Orange innovation team. Collaboration with developer, which is very important in the tech industry. And we have a website dedicated to this, which is called Orange Developer. Cooperation with startup. We have a corporate accelerator network. During 3 months, the selected startups are invited to work with Orange business unit and to shape a pilot or to let the business unit become customer of their offering. It's a network which is now spread over around 15 countries, both in Europe and Africa, which are the two main continents where Orange operates. And we have a capital investment arm, which is called Orange Venture, with a dedicated funding for Africa. First learning I've sorted out from this open innovation initiative or collaboration with startup, especially. We see here collaborating two very different kind of companies, large corporation with small smart startup, which are not in the same state of maturity. So in my experience, very important to sort out the goals that you have and the goal that your partner have at the beginning of the collaboration. To do this, there is a simple exercise, which is to take a piece of paper, write down your goals, let your partner write down his goals, and see if there are some intersection between the goals. Usually, the timing for the achievement of the goal can be different. Startup think of in terms of months to have, for example, a joint offering with a corporation and to touch with end customers. While at the corporation, we rather think in terms of years before reaching the customer with a new offering. Inside out is a bit a reverse movement. It's really a leverage on the potential innovation power of the employees. So I've mentioned the book I've written about this kind of innovation program, the Entrepreneur Factory. In this book, I suggest 10 steps for innovation empowerment. So I will not go into the 10-step detail, but it lets you see that this is rather a delicate program to achieve because employees involved in this entrepreneurship program can come from anywhere in the company. And so you have to allocate time for them to work on their innovative project and to monitor the way they progress into their innovation project. One thing I've learned in my experience is that it's also very important from the beginning to involve the business unit and the internal department upstream to secure the landing of your innovation process project. It's a little bit like an airplane. When you start flying, you know where you're going to land. It's the same for the innovative ID. It's better to know which business unit might help you to further commercialize and roll out this innovative ID with the end customers. And it's better to discuss with them and create the desire with them to support this ID from the very beginning. Now let's move to a third innovation program. This is the one I'm currently conducting in Africa. So in Africa, Orange operates in 20 countries. And recently we have nominated 20 innovation champions in these countries. So what the idea behind that is that we can, through this innovation champion channel, develop local innovation that will stick better to local specificities, to local expectation from our customers, and that will be executed more faster. So to develop this program, we leverage the innovation ecosystem, local startup, collaboration with university, state organization. We, of course, collect ideas, initiative from the business unit and from the employees. And we use a lean innovation process. So what we call the lean innovation process is based on the lean startup approach. It was defined in 2011 based on several Silicon Valley startup experience. And the idea behind that is that once you have spotted an innovative idea, it's to develop it in short cycles where you progress in the achievement of the innovation product or innovation service while testing it with the end user during each cycle. And this cycle are called sprint. So, for example, every 3 or 4 weeks, you develop a new feature on your innovative product and you test it with your customer. You learn to the feedback and you improve accordingly, and then you iterate again. So this is called innovation in short cycle or innovation in small steps. It's a mix of design thinking and lean startup approach. What I have learned about this um, local innovation project is the idea of starting focused, iterating fast, but also on the way to articulate local innovation initiative with our central innovation division. And for this, we have a framework of designing what we call open platform. So the platform, for example, which are centrally designed, can be further locally customized through digital connectors that we call API. Another learning from this experience is that innovation champions are scarce resources. What does it mean? Is that this is not a full-time job. It's maybe a 20% time job for this innovation champion. The rest of the week, they work on digital transformation, mainly strategy and development project. So we had to design a bespoke process based on these resources. This light process is composed of 3 main steps. The first one is the exploration. It's really about collecting and sorting out best innovation ideas. And for this, we leverage an innovation committee, which is set up by the innovation champion. And within this innovation committee, we have representatives from all the business units and from the internal department. And each representative, when we start the ID collection process, goes back in his department or in his business unit to foster people to share innovative ideas that they will put into the process. Then we assess the potential of these ideas with the business model canvas. And also we try to illustrate the idea with a digital mock-up. Most of our ideas, they end up on a smartphone interface, and we have tools to illustrate this kind of navigation for the future customer. Then the second step is really lean startup mindset. It's, okay, we have this mock-up, we have this value proposition. Let's see if this value proposition match with some user expectations. So we go out of the building to experiment. It's really about short experiments, interviews, that kind of experiment, where we show the mock-up to the customer and we collect the feedback. Once we have enough positive feedback or positive insight, we go to the third step, which is handing over the innovative project to the sponsoring business unit, which will put the project on tracks and which will go to delivery and scaling up the innovation project. So the reason why the innovation champion don't go from A to Z in heading the innovation project is that we have scarce resources, and we made the choice to concentrate these scarce resources into the first 2 steps, explore and experiment. This way, if we conduct this process twice a year, each time we collect 5 validated ideas. So twice a year, it means 10 validated ideas. And as we have 20 countries in the footprint, this will mean building an innovation portfolio of 200 validated ideas per year. This is the value proposition of the local innovation process. So, sorry, part of this process, we realize also that innovation needs a purpose. it needs to make life much bigger for our customer. Here is the story of mobile money in Africa. So mobile money in Africa, it's about handling a money wallet on your mobile, a digital wallet on your mobile, but without any bank account. So it's like Google Pay or Apple Pay, but without any connected bank account. And it addresses the problem that less than 30% of sub-Saharan African have access to a bank account. So for them, to transfer money, to get money, to get cash money in a distributor is very difficult. So a mobile operator in Kenya started to develop this mobile wallet, letting their customer cash in and cash out in the kind of boutique that you can see on the pictures here. So we are not speaking of banking agency, but really very frugal mobile agent network. And it started to reach success. Orange saw this initiative, and we decided to build a centralized platform to support this Orange Money service. And it has now reached 50 million users in our 20 African countries, African and Middle East countries. So it's not an idea that started at Orange. It's not high technology. It's really based on simple SMS transmission. But we managed to solve a problem for our user, and so it reached success. So that's a very good learning for us. If we see the success achieved by the Kenyan operator with this service, which is called M-Pesa, they have now reached 55 million monthly active users in Kenya. And this user represent half of their 900 million profit at this operator, which is called Safaricom. At Orange, we did not only copy the service, but we did also extended it. So we let consumer not only cash in, cash out, transfer money, but also pay with a merchant, both online and offline, and they can also pay their bills online. So to foster this innovation culture, or what I call innovation with purpose, in complement to the light process I have described, we have set up a weekly rendezvous, which is called the Innovation Talk. Every Wednesday, we welcome an external speaker from Africa. It's usually a startup who comes to explain the business model they have started, the value proposition they have created, and ways of collaboration with Orange. We welcome startups from countries which are not in our footprint. For example, we are not present in Kenya, South Africa, or Nigeria. We are mainly present in West Africa. And so it's also a way to illustrate how these African countries are moving on in terms of tech innovation and to inspire our manager. In terms of achievement, we have several achievements from this local innovation program. One I would like to mention is about Cameroon, for example, which very resonate with digital transformation at Orange. Digital transformation at Orange, for example, it illustrates the fact that our customer can fully subscribe and manage their account online without going to a boutique. So it's a full digital offering. And this is what Orange Cameroon has achieved. You can buy a smartphone, download the SIM card digitally, and you can then connect to Orange portal and select the subscription that you want to start. Another example is a collaboration between Orange Money and local partners. In this example, we have students in the university restaurant who can now pay with mobile money without any use of paper ticket to pay for their meal. Last example I would like to mention is, I will go quite fast on this, but retail in Africa is very different from Europe. 80% of household retail in sub-Saharan is still managed by small retailer, very small boutique. They are also called informal retailers. Those retailers are lagging in their digitization. They face difficulties getting their goods for their shop regularly and on time, and also accessing working capital. So Orange observed a movement of retail tech startup that help these retailers to go digital. What are these retail tech? The first kind is startup that help retailer to sell online. So we call it e-commerce startup. The second kind is startup that help the retailer to manage their business. So we call it bookkeeping startup. So they help retailers to manage their customers, their sales, their invoices, their inventory, their cash flow with a simple mobile app. And the third kind of retailer, it's marketplace retailer. They help the retailer to order their goods online, so they don't have to go and close their shop and do the purchase during this time. They can buy directly online from brand and distributors, and they get delivered usually within 24 hours. So based on this observation, we decided that we were not going to compete with this startup. Especially, we are not a specialist on the delivery process that the marketplace startup are managing. We decided to go into open innovation and to develop a partnership with this kind of startup. How does it materialize? We have this Orange Money app for our retailers. And in this Orange Money app, we included a link for the Orange Money merchant. And when they click on this link, they directly connect to a marketplace. Here is the example of Diago in Ivory Coast, where they can order their goods and get delivered in 24 hours. So this way we enrich the service for our retailers. And another advantage that all the retailers, customers of the marketplace become also Orange Money merchant. It means a good acquisition for the Orange Money customer base. So let's sum up a few learnings that I've been through. With this design framework to build an innovation organization, blending process along with culture. So on the right part, you have what I call the process. So it's very much inspired by lean startup test and learn approach. Designing collaborative platform between central and local innovation. And something we did not speak about, but once you have managed to attract a few customers, you have to manage a different process, which is a scale-up. Moving from 1,000 to 1 million customers requires specific process. And on the other hand, the culture part, encourage boldness with your employees, addressing the problem of failure, which is part of the innovation process. Crossing bottom-up initiative like entrepreneurship with top-down sponsoring to secure the landing of your innovation. And complement the empowerment with what we call creative tension. Creative tension is really about time box autonomy, designing in short sprint and giving tight schedules in order to develop the innovation. It actually helps the innovator to focus and be frugal and concentrate on what is the most important into his innovation. When you start the innovation project, the innovation team is really cornerstone. And at Orange, we focus on three skills that are very important for the innovation team. The first one is to have a cross-functional team where people bring different expertise into the process. And you see that the transversal team is working well when the whole has become more than the sum of the part of the team. Second element is a data-driven team. Go on for short sprint where you will collect the feedback of the user and relevant data to improve your service. And third element is the entrepreneurial mindset, the ability to take initiative and to, we call it also, we let the team lead the team, put your autonomy in motion. I could not finish an innovation presentation without speaking of the importance of AI now in our innovation process. And I will show you a very quick video on a generative AI tool, which is called Go Zigzag. Here you enter your startup ID. So the example I've taken is the idea of a super app for customers in Africa. A super app is an app that aggregates multiple services. You can manage your Orange account, you can pay with Orange Money, but you can access to multiple content, video streaming, all kinds of services in the same app. So you enter your startup ID, and this generative AI will generate a few traditional innovation Canva, the lean Canva, a validation process, and also a storytelling for your ID. So let me show you how it runs. You have. Okay, so I enter the startup ID and then I press the button. So it starts running. You can see the wheels on your left. And it starts fulfilling first what they call the business prototype, where at the center of it, you are really the lean canvas. So what the problem you are solving, the solution you are bringing, your value proposition, your advantage, the customer segment you are targeting, and it completes all the different square. Exactly. It goes quite fast. Based just on the prompt of the small sentence, of the short sentence I've put inside. Then the second type is the validation. It suggests a roadmap to validate the desirability, the viability, the feasibility for your ID. It ranks this validation process and suggests a few tools to conduct this experiment. For example, here you have a customer interview tool, and it suggests a question that you can raise to your customer to validate the value proposition. So these are typical innovation tools. It goes very fast in fulfilling them. That's very impressive. The third part is a bit different. It's more about marketing and communication. So it suggests a mission, vision, brand values for your new service. It suggests also naming for your innovation. And at last, it suggests an elevator pitch. In a few sentences, you can pitch your ID within your innovation committee or for your manager. So this is an example of how generative AI can change the ways we develop innovative ideas. Typically, this kind of Canva to be completed takes 1, 2, or 3 days. And here we have a first version of this Canva in a question of minutes. That would be my conclusion. If you want to go further on innovation organization, I have a self-assessment tool online where you can fare across your innovation organization and see how it ranks with a graphical result. And you can also connect to my blog, rapidinnovation.fr. And of course, you can also connect on LinkedIn. I'll be happy to further discuss with you. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Nicolas. Well, Nicola, we have question sessions after the presentation in around an hour. I don't know if you could participate again.
I'm not sure I will reconnect.
Okay, so maybe we use 5 minutes, if there are questions here, so we can actually use the possibility to ask questions.